it's just, we think we want something and you don't know if that's really going to be the way. It could just be, how do I explain it? The door you don't want to go through could probably be the door that ends up taking you where your passion is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Welcome to another episode. My guest today is the one and only Katy Castillo.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Man, I am so freaking stoked that you are here.
Thank you for having me. I
You
watched the
drove
episodes.
all the way down from UD,
Yes.
where you are at the Biden School of Public Policy.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Congrats.
I'm a leadership major over there. So,
Congrats. I am
thank you so
so
much.
freaking happy and proud. I know your family is like in heaven with this, man. First question. Who are you?
I think I'm many things. I'm 22, so I'm still learning, but proudly first gen college student, proudly daughter of two Mexican, very hardworking immigrants. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'd like to believe I'm an activist in my community, for my community.
That's what's up. You know, as you was talking, and I'm going back to like the first images, you know, you just reflect when I first met you. It's that it always blows me away. Your family owns Castillo's painting, and to see an all-female crew. I talk about that all the time, right? You guys came and did a job, and just to see an all-female crew doing their thing, man, getting this house, getting these projects. Like, how does that feel, man?
Empowering more than anything. I'm proud of what the company has become, what the business has become. It is mostly led by females. When it comes to painting, we've always said they're the cleanest. They're the most detail-oriented. They've got so much drive, I guess is the word for it. So they're the best leaders. They're the leaders, honestly, in our business. And it's great. I'm proud of what it's become. Castillo's painting has been around since 2006. So it's been almost 2 decades now. And yeah, I'm very proud.
Shout out to your dad, by the way. He has, you know, I've seen them dressed up con la música, with the music. Talk to me a little bit about that, how famous your dad is in our community.
Well, my dad started his business in 2006. So he had been in the States for 6 years, which I always bring up the 6 years because it amazes me that just with 6 years of being in this country, he's like, yeah, I'm doing my own thing, you know, give me here. And luckily, after a couple of years of him, you know, investing time and money into this business, obviously over the years, it grew and it grew and it grew. And the whole time, he's always been very passionate about soccer and music. So I think in 2006, actually, also is when he was in a band. I think it was his first time being in a music band, aside from back home in Mexico. And yeah, I really don't know how he did it. We always talk about it. He wore many hats because he ran a soccer team for years at the leagues, at the local leagues. Since I was little, that's where I spent my summers. And then also at gigs and whatnot, he sings. And then the business. And aside from that, an amazing dad. He invested so much time in us. And my brother plays soccer. So I really don't know how he did it. But yeah, and he's a very friendly, humble man. So I think that's why he has a lot of friends.
Don Castillo. Question I really want to deep dive into university life, man. How is it going, man? You are at UD, college student, living the life. What's your favorite? Look, that's what I'm interested in. What's your favorite place to go eat up there?
So far, I will say I have been cooking a lot of my own meals, which I'm very proud of. But when I do go, I still stick to my Mexican food. And it's this place down the street from me. It's called Atexquita. I think their horchata is really good. It's like not too watery. I just took my friends there, and everything's pretty authentic. I'm still exploring. I did try a ramen place a couple of minutes down. That one I really don't remember the name of, but it was
Okay.
also very good. I took Mary.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, college life is great.
That's awesome.
It's my first semester. It's officially spring break now, but it's my first semester. I was at college before. I got my associates in marketing, and I thought that was it. I was like, no more. And but no, I was like, no, there's still more work to be
Why
done.
public policy?
So I've been, as you know, working at La Plaza for 2 years, and I fell in love with the nonprofit world, with the community. I think it was something that I knew I was going to end up here at one point in my life. And I finally did. Working at La Plaza has opened my eyes. It's opened so many doors for me. And I do hope to, you know, right now I'm the marketing consultant at La Plaza, but I do hope to wear different hats and, keep moving up, keep
That as well too.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I'm investing in myself through education because obviously, I'm 22 and I'm pretty young. So I think a degree will help. And I'm learning so much, honestly. I really am. The classes are great. I'm taking a leadership class now it's level 100, but I'm like, this is crazy. Like it's beautiful. I'm soaking it all in. And it's my first semester. I'm 22. And usually, at least my class graduated last year, right? So I am coming in a tiny bit older, but it was literally perfect timing. I'm so grateful that I started when I did, just because I've been working at La Plaza and I have like something to apply everything I'm learning to, I've already been working. And so I feel like I'm appreciating all the material, all the networking a lot more than if I would have gone in at 18, straight out of high school.
I got to look at the camera. At school, do you guys hear what she just said? You just spoke to so many people. You know what I mean? Like that's why, man, I adore everything that you are doing, man, right? You taking risks, you jumping, you following, you going after what's yours, right? You want what's yours and what you deserve.
Yeah.
And now you are this experience, all it's gonna do is just enrich you and everyone around you.
I hope so. That's the plan. I mean, think working in the community and in the nonprofit world, it's like a big part of it is definitely investing in yourself. For the same, what I was telling you earlier, then the more I invest in myself, the more I feel, the more useful I am to others.
That's right.
So that's how I went into La Plaza. I got my associates in marketing, and I had been doing marketing for my dad and whatnot. And I was like, all right, I've got a tool. Let me use it to help others. And then that's why I approached Mary at La Plaza, and I was like, hey, I got a little something I can help with. And so now that's what I'm doing. I'm soaking in even more so that I can offer even more.
You know what's so phenomenal? Let's talk about La Plaza for a minute. And when it relates to you and the others in the team, is that here's an individual who is sharpening their skills while serving others who are sharpening their skills from the skills that they are enhancing while at La Plaza. That's a mouthful, right?
It is. But yeah.
Why La Plaza? Actually, I'll rephrase that. Why is La Plaza so successful?
The passion. I've always said it. The passion that our team is small. Our team is small in comparison to the amount of people that we've been able to reach. And all of us, sometimes I wish like there was a reality show of just our Tuesday team meetings, because there is so much passion around that small, around us, around a small table. And I'm technically like the youngest there, and everyone else does have like careers, like Eddie's, a nurse, everyone has businesses, and we still make time to, circle back and say, what else can we do? What else can we do for the community? And I think that's why it's worked so well. I think Mary has been able to pick like the golden eggs out of the community, and yep, and yep, and yep. And all I can say is the passion. Honestly, we're all very passionate about helping.
And for those that don't know, what is La Plaza?
So La Plaza is a nonprofit organization. Started out in Sussex County, now has moved up to slowly to Kent County. We serve Latino entrepreneurs through education, networking, um, coaching, and overall just empowering them, giving them the confidence. Our people are the best at their trades, but because of situations back home, perhaps they didn't get past middle school, didn't get past high school, and so they need to really strengthen what we call like their administrative skills, their networking skills, their marketing skills. And so that's where La Plaza in Spanish and free, of course, says, hey, we're here to help you sharpen those skills. And it's empowering is overall the mission, and it's what keeps us there, what keeps the team there. Because I'm telling you, when we first meet a business owner, I do the marketing consultations, and so sometimes I meet with somebody individually. It's my first time meeting them, and they come down literally with their head down a little, kind of like feeling ashamed that they don't know anything about marketing, or they're like,
Yes.
"Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm really bad at this." Blah blah blah.
Hmm.
I'm like, "Hey, it's okay. Like if you threw me in your trade, I would be lost.
That's right.
Like I know everyone has their own skills. Everyone has what their expertise, and that's what we're here for. You learn, and you don't have to come out knowing about marketing. And so yeah, and then they come out with their heads held high. The classes, the business classes, when they first start and when they walk out, when they graduate, it's beautiful.
And you know what's so amazing? How they are growing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a graduating class. How many people? 60 plus people
Yeah.
graduated. For how many weeks? The course?
12.
12 weeks showing
Yeah.
up after working at
Yeah.
night
Mm-hmm.
to get what they need.
Yeah, and they really do. They come a lot of times straight out of work. Still with paint on their arms or whatever, and they dedicate that time. They know they're good at what they do at their trade, and they're still willing to put in more work. Aside from the 8, 9, 10 hours they're doing a day, they're still investing in themselves, and that's what we're here to do.
That's right.
If they are going to close the doors on our Latino businesses because of an absence of those skills of whatever, we'll sharpen them, and no reason to close the door on them.
That's right.
So yeah.
So if you had a magic wand,
Mhm.
what would be something that you would provide for the community that you feel that there's a loophole right now?
Definitely, and I think we're working on it, but a lot of empowering or leadership training or seminars or whatever it is. There are leaders within our community that just haven't, the light just hasn't shined on
That's
them.
right.
And yeah, I think as in our community, majority as immigrants, the best you can do in the States is be a business owner. And it's amazing. I'm an entrepreneur myself. You can do so much for your family as an entrepreneur. But that's not it,
Yes, sir.
You can be a leader.
Yes.
And I think that's at La Plaza we're working on. I hope to, that's why I'm at school. But
Public policy, that's right.
I hope to get people out of the shadows. This isn't the best you can offer.
That's
There's
right.
so much more. There are leaders within these people.
That's right.
Yeah.
So going back to schooling, if you can point out two things so far in this semester that stand out to you that you know for a fact will enhance your trajectory and those that you serve?
One of them is in one of my leadership classes, being able to see everyone that's outside of your circle. So we have, we're inside of our own world, and of course, everyone is their own world, and we have to open our eyes to see who can't come in the room with us. I'm able to come into a certain room. Why can't they? And how can I get them in here? So being very conscious of not just your world, but everyone else. Now that comes with with language barriers, with disabilities, being that's part of being a leader, is trying to open the door for everybody else, and a big part of that is, like I said, is stepping out of your world and looking around you. I think that's very important, very beautiful. It's a big part of being a leader. So I am Latina and I love serving my community. I'm not just going to limit myself to that. There's so much work to do with my community. But I do hope to overall just open my eyes, in many areas, many disadvantaged communities. And then the other part is also a big part of being a leader is not telling people just what to do. It's inspiring people so that they want to do it themselves. And so on a day-to-day basis, I'm very conscious on being kind and, practicing, kindness and so that people trust me. And I hope to, whenever I'm in the position to inspire others to, for whatever reason. And being a leader, you can be a leader within your business, right? So a good leader in a business setting, in a painting company, is not just giving orders, it's inspiring them to fall in love with your mission, So those are two things right now that I'm really meditating on.
We both know a lot. I'm just going to pick an age.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of 19-year-olds,
Mm-hmm.
right, within the community right now who we've been conditioned that, all right, I'm 19. Let me go get, I've had a part-time job since I was 14, and I'm just in this routine, like just working, make that money, work and help the family. But from time to time, I look over and I see people like Katy, like, oh, man, she's at UD. And for a moment, I get a glimpse like, man, I want to do that too. But talk to that person. Like, I really want to explore that path. Where do I start? Who do I talk to?
So I will say I was a lost duck I think the work I'm doing now, I love it. But if you would have told me right out of high school, hey, this is what you're doing
And
now.
how old were you?
How
old were you when you got out of high school?
I was 17.
Uh-huh.
So even at 18, at 17, I graduated at 17, turned 18 the summer after I graduated. And I didn't go to college. I was supposed to go to college for teaching because I thought I wanted to teach for whatever reason.
Uh-huh.
And then I went through a spiral moment. I was like, I don't want to teach. Teachers are the best, but that definitely wouldn't have been the right job for me. And I felt so lost because I was like, I have no idea what to do. I started working with my dad. And I think that's where, like, getting to the message to them, I started working with my dad. My dad, like I said, has his business. I had helped him growing up, and what I could. I was still a student. But my dad was like, you have to work for me. You have to work for me. And I thought at the time that business owners or that entrepreneurs were all about money, and I hated that. I didn't like that. I wanted to be a teacher because I wanted to be someone, and I wanted to influence, and I wanted to help. So I was like, oh, I don't want anything to do with business. But whatever, I started working with him. I spent all of 18 spending every single second of the day with my dad. I learned so much. I ended up falling in love with business. And, eventually I met Mary through the business world. And then, the nonprofit world. And it's really just, I already had these doors open. If I would have went to Del Tech for the teaching and whatnot, I don't think I'd be here right now. But I took advantage of that door that I had. I had my parents with their business, and I was like, okay. It didn't seem right at the time, but I'm glad I did, So it's just, we think we want something, and you don't know if that's really going to be the way. It could just be, how do I explain it? The door you don't want to go through could probably be the door that ends up taking you where your passion is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
Let me remember it. The door that you don't want to go through can end up being the door that ends up taking you to your passion, to what you fall in love with. And that was definitely the case for me. I'm glad everything happened the way it did. The last couple, I'm 22 now, but the last 2-3 years of my life have been a roller coaster for me.
Exploration.
I'm so much exploration, so much exploration, and yeah, I mean, literally go for it.
You've mentioned Mary quite a few times in here. Shout out to Mary
Shout out
DuPont.
to Mary.
So let's focus on Mary for a moment. What role, how pivotal individuals like Mary have been in your trajectory and others in the community?
So for me, Mary's definitely been like my biggest mentor. I met her about 2 years, 2 years ago. And I think she saw the passion I had within me, and she's helped me bring it out. She's the one that encouraged me to go back to school. Because like I said, I graduated from Del Tech in May, with a marketing degree, and I was like, okay, I have my businesses, I have my job at La Plaza, I'm good. But she was like, no, there's more, you know? And so I was like, okay, I'll go get more. And yeah, I mean, in my life, she's been the biggest mentor. You know, she knows I want to be an advocate, so be an advocate. And in others, I mean, she's just inspiring. She's very inspiring. She's the one with the hammer that let's break these walls down. You know, don't stick to these stigmas, to these labels that everyone is putting on you. And yeah, I'm so amazed by her that she could be retired. She could be enjoying her home, her dog if she wanted to, but she's putting in so much work.
She is.
And
She is.
yeah, she's inspiring.
Yeah. So, final question for you. Is there a question that you wish I would have asked you?
Let me think. Maybe something about my family. I don't know, or like.
So talk to me.
Like, I don't know.
Let's talk about your mama.
My mom. Oh. Well, my family. I think my family's my foundation, like it is for everyone. My parents have always been very encouraging. They have taught me to be very humble. Now, I've always said that I used to think you can't call yourself humble because like that's weird. But you can have it present in your mind, like, hey, I need to be humble, and practice it every day, and you will eventually get there. So they have always taught me that of being humble. Right now the business is doing great, but it wasn't always doing great, right? And I think all of that, and the being kind. My parents have always taught me, mostly my mom. My dad's the businessman and like go get him, you know. My mom is definitely the be kind, be humble, and that's really what's gotten me here. Being kind. I've tried my very best to practice kindness with everybody in my life, and that's what's gotten me here. I feel very blessed. More than anything, when you ask me who I am, I'm blessed.
Wow.
And there's no factor. It's the kindness, practicing kindness. I mean, like I said, they're my foundation, and without them teaching me all of this, I don't know what good I'd be.
That's what's up. I just want to tell you this, that man, keep doing what you're doing, right? Because even individuals like myself, we are experiencing your journey through you, especially for me, like UD, like that. Enjoy it,
Yeah.
right? Because there's so many of us that, because of life, right, because of following our parents' path, did not take the risk you took.
Yeah.
So enjoy it, right? Enjoy the hard work. Enjoy the fun that comes along with it. Enjoy the lunches.
Yeah.
Enjoy, the horchatas of the world, finding them quaint spots, because that's all part of that college life, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, and I love what you represent me, manita.
Thank you.
Thank you for being on
Thank
on
you.
on the podcast. So until the next one, peace.